Hello, it's Paul again. Thanks for coming back to the channel, and here is a 7-week update. Apologies, I was going to post an update for 6 weeks, but it's been really busy over the last couple of weekends, so I apologise for that. But to be fair, not a lot's happened, so here's what's coming up, and I'll give you a heads up on what's been happening over the last few weeks. Okay, first things first, if you like the content, please feel free to give it a thumbs up, and also consider subscribing so that you don't miss a video when one drops. Also, don't forget to check out my other videos. I haven't really got that many views at the moment, so they don't automatically link to one another. So the best thing you can do is basically go into the search bar at the top there and put in Jester RIP, and then you can come onto my channel, and it will basically be its own specific hair transplant channel that you can then look at and have a look back through my other videos, and obviously there'll be more as they get posted. So 7-week update then. First things first, just a quick sort of time lapse, and we'll basically see what my hair's looked like over the last few weeks. The other thing is I've also had a haircut since the 6-week point. I got a haircut last Friday, so I was getting tired of the big grey patch because, like I said on the last video, they'd taken all the sort of dark hairs from the donor area and left the donor area very distinctly grey. So I'm going to end up colouring that at some stage. But yeah, I basically had a neck shave back inside, so it looks a little bit neater as well now. But anyway, here's my progress through the last few weeks. Alright, so the main parts of what's been going on over the last few weeks then. First things first, the soreness that I referred to on my previous video at the back of the head of the donor area. If you recall, I said it felt like it was sunburn. That's kind of gone now, completely, so I'm quite happy about that. That's been okay for the last week or so. However, the top of the head is still pretty numb in the main part of where they did a lot of the incisions, so that's still pretty numb, and I'm expecting that to be somewhere between 3 and 6 months before the feeling properly returns to normal. So that's that. I've also, as you can still see, I've still got the distinct transplant coloration there of the skin. And if you look very carefully, you can still see that I've got some of the see up my nostrils. You can still see that there is donor hair. We're still in place, and most of it's shed, of course, but the rest of it, yeah, some of it stayed behind, which I'm quite pleased about, I guess. But in addition to that, I've noticed that if I look very carefully with a magnifying glass and a torch, I can actually see tiny hairs beginning to come through now. Now that's not supposed to really start until the 3-4 month point, but I guess there's no fixed time for these things. Whether they're hairs that haven't grown yet, or whether they actually are just brand new hairs that are starting to sprout through, who knows. But that's where I'm at the 7-week point. Here's a short clip of the close-up now, so you can see what's going on. I took this one last week at the 6-week point, but it's pretty much still the same. Okay, so I'm shooting this in 4K, so hopefully you'll be able to see as I put the light over it. There's obviously some hair still left there, and if I come in closer, you can see there's a few hairs left over from the transplant, not an awful lot. Slightly more on this side, I've got a little cluster over here, just here, and Yeah, there's my existing hair that was there before. Looks quite strange close up, but you can just about see some tiny hairs there. And I can't tell if they're hairs that haven't grown or new hairs pushing through. Probably new hairs pushing through because it's been a little while now. But yeah, that's what it looks like up close. It's more reminiscent of my old hairline. And as you can see, the transplant line is still visible. Okay, so as you can see here, the transplanted hair, some of it's still there, and very close up you can see small hairs coming through, but as you can see from the mirror, my hair's now been cut, so that's all good. And what will become more apparent as we go around to this side is you can see now the area that they took the hair is pretty much been left grey. So I think, like I said, they've taken all the dark hairs and left the grey ones there. So I reckon if I dye it all, you're not going to notice the difference. So whether I dyed it or not before isn't going to make any difference in this case. I suppose I'll have to. But that's a point for consideration actually. If you're thinking of getting this done and you've got hair like this and you don't dye it, then the chances are they're going to take the hairs that they can see better. So you're going to end up being two-tone at the back there. So I guess I'm going to dye the hair for the rest of my life then. Oh well, so be it. Here we are close up. You can see, well hopefully you can see the small red circles. This is where I believe new hairs are coming through, and here again even close up. You might be able to pause this if you've got high def tellies you're watching it on. Hopefully you can see it there. That's the progress so far anyway. Well, hopefully you found that useful. If you're going through the process yourself and you need a bit of a comparison guide or something along those lines, or know what to expect if you're going to get it done. But yeah, that's pretty much, at the moment we're in that phase where a lot of people tend to get a bit disappointed because the donor hair's fallen out, and you know, it's that sort of waiting game as to when it's going to grow back, and it's not going to happen overnight, so it just gets thicker and thicker. I understand from videos that I've watched of other people who've been through the process. Yeah, so that's one thing to consider. The other thing, up till now, I've still been using the baby shampoo on it because, you know, it still feels quite sore in places where it's not numb, so I don't really want to aggravate the skin any more than necessary. And the baby shampoo is very gentle on your skin. I do use a bit of conditioner every now and again. You've seen from the close-ups the newly transplanted hair is quite wiry. It's almost like pubic hair, and I don't understand why, because it's coming from the straightest part of my scalp. But yeah, that's just the way it goes apparently when it's new and it's all over the place. So again, that'll hopefully settle down in time. I've also been using vegetable oil shampoo on it, the Dax I think it's called, in the blue tin. I've been using that just to sort of keep it short and neat, and it smells nice as well. Moisturises the head, so I think that's worked quite well for me. But yeah, feel free obviously to research and see which products are going to work on your hair the best. I didn't get on with the aloe vera gel, very sticky, and yeah, it didn't really feel that moist in the end, so I'll give that a miss. Finally, like I said, because of my sort of two-tone look, I think I'm going to end up dyeing it medium brown, and I would suggest probably anybody that has the same sort of greyish look as me would probably be better off doing the same as well. But the good news is with that, I've had a look at a lot of different websites, and they all sort of hover around the 4 to 6 week mark if you're going to colour your hair. So I would suggest that 7 weeks is pretty safe for me to do that. So I'm going to let it grow out a little bit at the back, because there's no point in dyeing the number one, right? So I'm going to let it grow a little bit, and then hopefully it'll be sort of dyed ready for the next video update, and you'll be able to see the difference it makes at the back and see if you can still spot the donor area. I'm looking forward to that, to be fair. So yeah, steady progress, we'll keep you posted to see how it goes. Okay guys, slightly shorter update this week, and I will be back with a 2-month update. So that would be, I would hope, the 7th of October. That will be precisely 2 months to the day, and then 3 months, and then we'll keep you posted as the hair grows and develops. If you have any questions at all you want to ask me, fire away in the comments. Like I said before, if you like the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to keep in touch and keep posted on new updates. But apart from that, thank you very much for viewing my channel again, and I'll hope to see you very shortly. Take care of yourselves.